morning, I've been talking about the brain. I've been talking about how you can utilize the brain to help you a little bit more. I've been talking about how emotions are important. And yesterday I talked about motivation a little bit and how you can help yourself even decrease stress and anxiety through meditation or mindfulness or breathing or deep breathing. What I want to talk about today is another top tip on how you can help yourself so you get more done and you feel less stress. Often when people think about their goals, this is often a first question that I ask a new client. I'll say, when you think, so I'll find out what their goals are, and then I say, when you think about your goals, what comes up inside of you? And most of those who are honest say, I'm terrified when I think about my goals, because I think about, what if I don't achieve this? What if I fail? What if I don't do this? How am I going to feel if I set these big goals and don't meet them and don't reach them? I don't believe in myself. I've got fear because I failed in the past. That's what comes up for most people. Here's a tip for today that is going to help you make that connection with your goals in a way that's not as scary. I call it reverse engineering, and I've shared this a lot of times before. I'm not going to go all into it today, but basically what I'm going to focus on for today is focus on a plan, a specific, actionable plan. When you focus on the next step rather than this big goal 5 or 10 years down the road, it starts to help us in our minds, the way psychologically we think, to actually take action rather than shrinking from things. So that fight or flight response that should not be attached with our goals, right? It often is, but it's not very helpful. Here's what you do want to do, and I'm going to give you a few tips here. One is ask yourself, chunking things down, making them smaller is so helpful when it comes to goals. So instead of thinking this huge thing 5 years out, ask yourself, what could I do this year that will help me with that? Or what can I do this month that will help me get closer there? If I need to learn a certain skill before I start making money at this, if I need to learn a certain skill in marketing or sales before I really grow my business in order to reach this goal, then what is that skill that I need to learn? What is the specific skill I need to learn? And then what can I do about it now, this month, this week? Even ask yourself today, what is one thing that I need to accomplish today? What's the plan for today that will help get me closer to my goals? Now, sometimes for me, when I answer that question, it's today I spend time with my family because that's what's most important. But I come up with other answers at different times. Sometimes it's, hey, work on this one project. This is the most important thing. And if I finish this, it's going to get me closer to my goals. Often I will ask myself for the week, what are the 3 things, if I didn't accomplish anything else, what are 3 things that are the biggest focus? And that's simply a bit of a plan that helps me focus on a few things rather than many. Focus on the actionable items rather than the crazy kind of ethereal ideas that I've got, okay? Work on something concrete, something that's actionable. It's always better to, when you're talking about your plan or thinking about your plan, to think about something concrete. By that I mean, make it sure it's specific and measurable rather than way out there. So I want to work on my relationship with my parents this week, or relationship with my kids this week. That's vague. That's not really specific. What you want to do is say, I am going to go out with each of my kids this week and take them out on a date and hang out with them and spend some time with them and put all my devices, all my technology away and really focus on them. That is now a plan, and that's actionable. If you want a better relationship with somebody in the future, have one simple plan for this week. Call them up. Apologize for some wrong that you've done in relationship with them. Propose to get together, to connect sometime. That's actionable now. Even in things that are difficult, like relationships, we can have actionable items. So make sure it's actionable, make sure it's very specific, and then bring it down to the very small. What do I need to do today? If I want $5 million worth of real estate in 5 or 10 years, I don't have to do all of that today. What I need to do today is maybe research the next coach to hire to teach me how to do this. Maybe today what I need to do is call one person and say, hey, you know about real estate. Would you be willing to invest in me a little bit and teach me a little bit? Can I take you out for coffee? Or ask somebody, hey, what are your thoughts on real estate? And do some market research, understand a little bit about how people think about investing in real estate. And I'm using this one example, but those are all very simple things to do now. And I'm far more likely to do those simple things, which takes the anxiety and the stress way, 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 way down. Most people get sidetracked with goals and plans because they don't know what that next step is. And if you don't know what that next step is, or if you do know and you don't know how to accomplish it, that's where a lot of anxiety and stress comes from. Because then you go, I'm not working towards what I want to get done. So reach out to people, plan, make sure you've got a plan. On my wall, every single Monday morning, I write out a plan for the week with the most important things that I need to focus on, and that constantly helps me, always helps me. Here's what I want you to do this morning. Simply think about these big goals that you have and ask yourself, what can I do this week? If I only got 1 or 2 things done this week, what would those things be to really move my business forward, or to move my physical health forward, or my mental state forward, my personal growth forward, or my relationships forward, whatever is important to you right now. I'm not going to limit it to business, but I work with a lot of business people as business owners. So make sure that you're asking yourself that question, and then simply get those things done. And as you focus on that, stress and anxiety are going to decrease. You're taking action. It's going to help you far more, because instead of living in your head, you're actually practicing something. Enjoy today.